everyone, welcome to our small business chat. I'm Christelle Verladen from KB Communications and I'm here with Karen from Hubfist. Say hi, Karen.
Hello.
Good morning. Have you got your coffee ready?
I do. I've got my coffee, yes.
Definitely needed.
Yeah.
So we thought we would just come on and do a chat every week because we've been chatting amongst ourselves on a weekly basis and finding and sharing some useful information and links. And then also, ever since we've known each other and we've started our own businesses, we're very much keen on community and collaboration. And we thought we'd like to get some more people together. So if you have any comments or if you have any topics that you want to discuss, just drop us a note. You can either leave a comment or perhaps DM one of us. It's going live on both our pages simultaneously. Look at that for tech, Karen. So we'll hopefully bring you together a little bit more. But otherwise, we just thought a 10-minute chat just to go through what's been going on in the week and just have a little break from us working monotonously on ourselves, like by ourselves. So I suppose, Karen, like what for you have you found really useful for you this week, especially with everything going on, like what's been of particular use?
Well, one of the things I had was a training session on Monday. It was one of my clients. She'd asked me to do a small little job for her to create some infographics for a presentation she was giving. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem, sent it over to her. And she was just, oh, thank you very much. What can I do in exchange? And I'd sent out an email previously to all my clients just saying, look, in the current time, if there's anything I can help you with, let me know. If you're struggling getting online or working out Zoom, give me a shout. And she had actually come back and said, oh, don't worry, I'm all over it. I used to be an online trainer. I'm okay with all that online stuff. So she said to me, well, if there's anything in exchange, so I thought, actually, well, I've been doing a couple of Zoom meetups with lots of groups of people. And I've done it always, obviously, with you one-on-one or, 2 or 3 people in a meeting. But when you've got a whole group, it's suddenly like, there's all this stuff going on. And, like, how do you do it well and keep on track? And she says, I said, well, maybe you could just help me with a few tips on that, your experience of training online, because she does big groups. I mean, she does to big companies like 1,000 person companies, not obviously 1,000 people at a time, but she does sort of big groups. So so I had a little session with her on Monday and Jackie at Change Pace, by the way. I thought I'll give her a shout out and I'll put her details below. So if you know any companies out there, big companies who want sort of online training, she can train the trainers as well. She gave me a really good session and just some really good pointers about sort of including people in, so inviting people in, asking them, so you don't have to always leave the microphone open, right? So everyone's shouting at the same time. You can kind of say, right, I'm going to ask you a question just now, for example, Christelle, I'm going to ask you, what do you think about this, and then open up your microphone and let you say it. So that was one of the good tips. Another good tip was using hand gestures. So is this a good idea? That was no. Perhaps, and 5 was definitely, that's a great idea. And another one was to give to do an agenda with outcomes and share that with people in it, and make sure that you actually have inputs and outputs during the call, and do a review session at the end, which I thought was really good, because I often send out a feedback form after it's over and no one fills them. Well, 20% fill them out. Yeah. So she said just do a review at the end while you've got everyone on the call. Yeah, so that was my really good tip for the week. Sorry?
Are they typing in the review at the end of it, or?
Well, she said, again, you could do a sliding scale. How did you find this? Or maybe put something in the chat, or you can create polls as well. So you could do, you could preset polls up or do them during the session. You probably want to pre-do it so you don't have to sit there typing away. So any way you want, really.
That's actually quite a good selection of tips there, because when I've done online training, and there's been a couple of people, I mean, I think the most that I've done for online training, it's just small groups, like small companies, so 5 people, but obviously you and I have both been in the room when we've done our bigger training sessions for sort of like, God knows, like 20 people, God plus. Yeah. But I think the interesting thing that I found was making sure that everyone was on mute, exactly what you just said. You could raise the hand on certain software packages, you can do that. And yeah, absolutely. I usually do just that thumbs up. Does everyone know? Like, any questions? Thumbs up. So absolutely, to be a little bit more visual in that respect as we're navigating around online, using new tools. But yeah, some good tips there. So you're going to take them forward.
Yeah. What about you? What's your kind of number one tip that you've, or good thing?
Training?
Oh no, just this week in general. You know, just what has been really useful to you that we could maybe share with everyone.
It's not so much been this week. I would actually say last month, the entire last month, whilst everyone's been trying to figure out what's been happening. I suppose as a small business owner, it's been the finances, hasn't it? Everyone's been looking at the finances. And there are so many good people out there that actually in my community and my online community and who I've met, that has been sort of invaluable to me. So I've been following some people and actually been getting some great advice. So Dominic Mullally, who is a wealth coach and finance coach, she was providing some great tips online. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put links underneath the chat of these people. And then Monique Jones, who is Willowgate Mortgage, again, when it was coming to homes and what to do, she's just brilliant anyway. And then Violet Karamaji, who is the Net Worth Academy. So again, all of them were putting out this information, and it just, and I think you shared, and this is why it was so important to get this group together. You shared, was it Triple Bottom Line Accounting?
Yeah, so they're my accountants, but we did a finance meetup with them through our eco group, our local eco networking group. So that was brilliant because we could all ask questions and he could answer them. And they've been sharing a really good blog resource. So one about all what you can do. So from cash flow to employees, to employers, to directors, to individuals, all the different things, what you can do. Oh, there's absolutely amazing resource. And then they've just done another blog this in the last week about furloughing.
Oh, excellent.
And with a couple of templates as well. So an employer you can just basically download the Word document template and put your details in and send that to your employer or employee. Yeah. So yeah, I'll share those resources as well.
I was going to say that link that you gave me, it was just so good to see it on a really helpful chart and just to break down what it was that we had to do. So I thought, yeah, absolutely spot on. The other thing that I would say, and this is just going to be ongoing, is mindset, because I think when you're trying to juggle everything, you know, I think it's just going to be clear. We're going to have little wobbles along the way. Even if you've got the best laid plan, I think there will be those moments where you're like, especially when we're sort of not by ourselves, even though we've got, you know, I'm very lucky. I've got a great support network around me. Like, you're there, I can jump on a call. You know, I speak to so many like different people. But the I tell you what, I've started, well, I've been doing it for quite some time now, but just doing some like meditation and EFT tapping. So 2 shout outs actually, because Glynis Trinder is constantly in my ears, her RTT and her like meditation audios in there. And I genuinely sit there, I wanting to go to sleep. I don't know about you, but I don't sleep very well sometimes, or when, you know, your brain's going through. So she does this amazing sleep audio. So I'll have to send you a link to her. And Marie Holden's doing like tapping. Have you ever done that? Like
no.
Tapping. So it's just sort of like your body sort of like regulating, and you're just sort of just putting back some like positive messages into your body and into your mind. So those 2 were really good because they sent out some like good emails. So I'm just gonna, I'll definitely share their info.
Yeah, I've got one as well, a lady Fran at the Art of Being You, and we've actually got her now to do a quick 10-minute session every Friday through our eco group, a live stream on mindfulness and pausing. So it's all about the pause, and you know, stop thinking about the future, stop thinking about the past, stop thinking what could be, and just be in the moment and just be more grounded. And that's really good. I find it really hard to meditate and everything because I'm like, my brain's going like that, and I get all tetchy and I want to move. I don't like sitting still. I was just like, oh, this feels really uncomfortable, but yeah, it's brilliant. That really worked for me, and I've been, you know, doing the 10-minute sessions, and I found them really, really good. So definitely I'll share those as well. Goodness me, I can't believe we're already 10 minutes in, but
well, I laugh. Yeah. When you said 10 minutes, I was like, Karen.
I know. Okay, well, we just say maybe 10 to 15 minutes, but I think maybe we'll try and keep to 15 minutes today. So the other thing we were going to discuss was business essentials. So maybe if sort of a tip that's helped you keep things in focus, keep things in line this week.
I think what you just said, what has been, I think because once I got my finances in order and once I've looked at the situation, I'm just somebody that cannot wait to be told something for me to feel okay. I've got to know I've got to do something. And once I sorted that out and I calmed myself down in some way, and just thought, well, at least I can do what I can do. It's really going forwards with the business. And I know we discussed this last week about, should we be selling, should we not? But my biggest tip has been that everyone's rushing out the gates right now to try and do something. And some of it can be quite knee-jerk reaction. And what my feeling was, was exactly what you just said about just being in the moment and just looking and just listening. And I've had so many one-to-one conversations that actually for me, the most important thing was listening to find out what's really needed before actually going ahead with promoting, doing what we need to do. And as it turns out, I'm doing it from a place of fun. I know that sounds bizarre in these times, but I mean, even doing this, I was like, oh my God, finally, we've been talking about this for ages.
I know.
And actually, when you're doing it from a place where it's not so much of like knee-jerk reaction or fear or scarcity, you are genuinely looking at, actually, this is good. You and I have both been working online for quite some years now, and we know all the tips and tools, so we don't have that learning curve. But equally, I still don't want to rush something because it's, just because now, I think that you have to listen. Some of our clients are really suffering. So you just have to see what would be of use of them. Sometimes it just might be connecting them with somebody else, just going to, this, like, can I show you that, for example, would this help you, rather than trying to sell a product. So I think that's been my my approach really this week, and I actually feeling it more so this week, definitely feeling it. I did a brilliant, Gemma Wentz, my business coach, and I absolutely, it's like home sometimes when you do have those ones, you've got someone that you can go to speak to. She did a brilliant session on pivoting, and it's, for me, and I'm sure for you, it's not necessarily the services that are changing, it's the messaging, and just being more sensitive to what's in that current light. So that's been really good. I think that's been my biggest, thank God I can crack on now. And actually just taking it in your own time. Like there's no judgment. I think some people need to rest, don't they? We were talking about this. Some people just need to very much, I'm laughing when I don't want to learn a new skill. I don't want to. Don't make me.
Yeah, no. Well, I've had loads of invites to webinars and things, and I've had to just sort of like sometimes just go, just step back. And I think for me this week has been just about focusing. So I've been putting things in my calendar so that I've got focusing on certain things each day. So just a normal working week, Monday to Friday, start, Monday, admin bits and pieces. Tuesday, I'll focus on bigger projects. Wednesday, I just have to put the makeup on once, and I've got all my lives for the whole of this morning.
Rationing. Rationing that makeup on one day.
So I don't have to dress up every day. So it's about streamlining everything, I'm telling you. So it's sort of a booking all in. And then Thursday, I think I've got a couple of meetings and maybe work on sort of marketing and the eco group and stuff like that. And then Friday, I'm doing a bit to help the community. So I'm going to go and pick up some supplies and everything and deliver them to a shop, because he sort of does parcels out to all the vulnerable and homeless and everything. So I'm just trying to help there, but they're really overwhelmed. So that when it comes to the weekend, it's just, this is me time. I can go in the garden, I can grow my veg, or learn to grow my veg.
We're going to need some tips on that now. I've suddenly started looking at my garden. I don't know. I'm sure. Like, again, from a positive note, I reckon interior designers are going to get a few calls. Hairdressers, definitely. I think even if you're in a bricks or mortar business, I'm sitting there now thinking, oh, what can I do with a vegetable patch? Like, actually, this is a really good idea.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. I think there's lots will come out of it. I think after the initial panic, I think people kind of calm down and then start to plan and think, now what am I going to do this time?
I wonder how many people are going to start booking holidays. Oh,
yeah.
That's the one. That's the one.
Cool. Well, I think we've got to 15 minutes, so maybe if we should sort of do a round up, and then and we can, obviously we're going to be back every Wednesday, aren't we? So
well, that's the plan indeed. I think that would be a great challenge for like all of us, but then also I think for everyone else, if people are able to come online and actually you know, chat and or just want to comment or need help somewhere, then at least we can answer those questions. Again, anything fun as well. We don't want to make this all business orientated. I think our point is that, you know, in the office kitchen, coming to meet for a cuppa every week, you know, and just a bit of engagement, why not? Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Cool. All right. Well, yeah. Well, thank you. Nice to chat to you again, and nice to chat to all of you out there again.
Absolutely.
And just let us know what topics you want to discuss, and we'll hopefully come back next week.
Yeah, absolutely. There's my phone going as well. See you later.
Okay. Take care. Bye.